Hello and welcome to another Easify video. And today I want to talk about Easify version 5 and our all-new bill of materials system. Now this is going to be the first in a multi-part series where we go through all of the various ins and outs of bill of materials, assemblies and kits with Easify software, but hopefully this will be of general interest if you just want to know a little bit about bill of materials systems in general. So what is a bill of materials system and why might you need one in your business? Well, bill of materials, it's also known as kits, also known as assemblies. It's basically where you have a product that consists of other products. So we could use the well-worn car analogy for that. If you imagine a car is a product. Now the car is also an assembly. It contains other products. It contains seats, wheels, contains an engine, and say the engine itself is a product. The engine could be supplied by another manufacturer, and that manufacturer would make the engine, and the engine is a product that contains other products. And some of the products are just simple components, and some of those products are other assemblies, and so on. So that's rather a complex example and quite specific. And Easify is by no means tied to mechanical manufacturing. It serves many broad business sectors. But another example might be, let's say you sell bath bombs, and you make bath bombs and you sell them in a pack of 4. And that pack of 4 bath bombs is going to consist of bath bombs. There'll be 4 bath bombs. There'll be, say, a cardboard box, maybe a clear wrapper, a ribbon, some sort of printed thank you card, a gift card, a compliment slip, something like that. All those things are components. They're all things you have to buy and have in stock, and you have stock levels of all those things. So a bill of materials system helps you with that. It helps you with, say, packaging. It helps you to know how much stock you have, how much stock you're going to need, and it helps you to know the state of everything that you're putting together, whether you're packaging, assembling, building, creating, whatever the end result. A bill of materials system is there to help you to manage that. So anyway, enough talking about bill of materials. What I'll do, I'll just show you how that relates to Easify software to give you a much more sort of visual idea of what a bill of materials system looks like and some of the things it'll do. Now, this is going to be very basic. Like I said, this is just part 1 of a whole series that I'm going to do on bill of materials. So I'm not going to go into any great depth in this video. We'll save that for future episodes. So let's have a look at Easify software and see how bill of materials maps into that. Right, if I open up the products window, so here we've just got a list of our products, and you can see that some of them have gear wheels next to them and some don't. Now, the ones with a gear wheel, these are known as assemblies because they're products that contain other products, and the ones without a gear wheel are just simple products. So if I open up 101, yeah, I know there's 4 zeros, but I'll just say 1 for simplicity. If I open up 101, well, you can look in there and you can see it's a product, it has a description, it has pricing information, it has stock levels and things, but it also has an assembly tab. And in this case, this is just a simple product, so the assembly tab is empty. Now, if I look at 108, same sort of idea, but on the assembly tab, you can see that this product actually has 3 products within it. And the first product is 101, which is master engine with 2 chimneys, which maps over, let me move that over there. That maps over to this product, so it's a simple product. And it also contains 103, long chassis, which you can see here. And finally, 106, 3 centimeter wheels. Within the assembly, each of these components has a quantity. So to make a complete engine with 6 wheels, we need 1 master engine, 1 long chassis, and 6 3 centimeter wheels. And as I say, this is just a very sort of specific example to get us going. So looking at the window, we've got quite a complex load of pricing here. It's not that bad when you get to know it, but it looks a bit complex to begin with. But there's all kinds of pricing information here. So, and as I say, we'll cover that in a future videos, the costing and the pricing aspects of assemblies. But just be aware that when you add things to an assembly in Easify, it'll automatically add up all the profits, the margins, and the totals. It'll do that all for you. Okay, so we've got an assembly now. So let's add one to an order. So let's raise a new order, and I'm just going to call this order test order. And I'm going to pick a customer for it. And next, I'm going to add the product. So I could actually drag this product straight from here to the order, or I could search for it. I could click the button, type in 108. There it is. I'll select that, click OK. And then you can see we now have that product, that finished product is on the order. The thing is, we don't have any in stock, so we have to actually make one of these now to fulfill the order. Now, if we look over here, you can see that the status of this item is waiting for parts because it hasn't been kitted yet. Someone's actually got to make a kit of all the parts, and then someone's got to actually make it. So if we drill into this now and click the little plus arrow, you can see that it contains the 3 products that we saw in the assembly tab on the product. And each of the components has a status as well. So this is where the sort of workflow comes in. The bill of materials features of Easify here are actually sort of showing you the state of everything within this assembly that you want to make, whether you're making this for stock, whether this is packaging, whether this is building something, an electrical component, a mechanical subsystem, whatever it is. This helps you with the workflow. Now, if we expand one of the components, you'll see there's various states that component can be in. So it can be purchasing, on order, picking, kitted, or fulfilled. So this manages the workflow. So as you progress an order, the Easify bill of materials system allows you to granularly control the various states that the product can be in. So for example, if this product needed a quantity of 10, it might be that 5 of them are purchasing and 5 of them are picking, or some have been kitted and some haven't. So this lets you see what's going on with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move the order to in progress, which enables the workflow arrows here, because if the order is just a quote, then we're not actually working on it yet. It has to be in progress to work on it. So you can see that we now have this arrow here between the picking state and kitted. And it's the same for the other products. So if I click on this arrow now, if you watch the values here, if I click this arrow here, you see now this item's gone from picking to kitted. So that's basically someone going to the location of the component on the shelf, picking it and putting it in a kit, ready to be assembled. So if you look up here, you can see that the actual finished product is still waiting for parts. Now, if we expand the other 2 components, we can do the same with them. We can move them to kitted. So if you watch here where we've got waiting for parts and assembling, as I click this arrow on the final product, you can see because everything's been kitted, this item is now assembling. So again, this gives you a great way of managing the workflow on complex assemblies. Even this, which is a fairly simple assembly, is just one product that consists of 3 other products. You can see that already this is sort of this has done a lot of the heavy lifting of having to work out, how many have we got in stock, how many do I need, what state are they in, where are they, who's doing what. So this gives you an at a glance view of that. So in the future, you can come back to this order if you want to know what's going on with this particular order. Open it up, expand it, and you can see the details of the various stages that the products, the assemblies, and the components are all at. Okay, so from here, I could say, okay, well, I've made the item, so I'll move it over to picking. You'll note that on all the components, they now all show as fulfilled. So we can collapse those back up. We don't need those. And you can see the status of these is all fulfilled. And on the main product, you can see that we now have 1 in stock and it's allocated to this order. So Easify has an allocating stock system. In other words, if you add an assembly to an order and you go through the process of actually assembling it, Easify will allocate or reserve that product to that order so that even though it shows in stock, other people on the system will know that it's actually reserved for that order. They won't inadvertently sell it. Okay, so from picking, we can move to waiting to go, which is basically, let's say the thing's gone off to be dispatched. And from there, we could then dispatch it or ship it out. Click this arrow to move it to delivered. And you can see that it's no longer in stock because it's left the premises and the order is all completed. So at this stage, we can move the order to complete. And there we go. That's basically it. That's basically raising an order, adding an assembly, moving it through various states of workflow to a delivered state. And all the way through that, you could be printing paperwork. So you could, there's various paperwork items you can print. You can print invoices. You can also print kitting lists and picking lists and things like that. That really is a very brief overview of Easify Bill of Materials. Now, I've got a lot of material coming up for you in future videos. The Easify Bill of Materials system can also automatically raise purchase orders for items. So if there are items that are out of stock that you need to buy in to satisfy an assembly, then Easify will automatically raise purchase orders. It won't send them to the suppliers. You still have to do that, but it will actually do all the heavy lifting of making sure that everything you need to order is actually just added to a purchase order ready for you to scrutinize and approve and then send. As I say, we've got some quite powerful pricing systems in here. So there are a number of ways you can use the bill of material systems to help you cost and price assemblies. We have a versioning system as well. So if, for example, you sell an assembly to a number of customers, but then you want to change a component and you don't want to change the history of what was sold to everyone else, you can create a new version of that assembly. So assemblies can have multiple versions as well. So all the other aspects, such as the more advanced workflows and reporting and all that kind of good stuff, we'll cover that in future episodes. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that really brief overview of bill of materials and how bill of materials fits within Easify software. And I look forward to seeing you in part 2.